Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to 2019. We're going to take a little tour around the nest and show you some spots where Liberty and Justice like to go and like to perch. If you'll look, here's this right limb, and then we're going to go over to what we call the dead tree, but it's half alive, half dead. You can see the top of it poking up. Here we go. We're going to get a closer look at it. This is where they like to stay, and you can see by the limbs on the bottom that, and some greenery there, that it is half dead, half alive. And then we get to see how they mounted the camera. Now, this is the left side of the nest, and this is the most exciting part for me, just because I don't see this a whole lot. But we're going to zoom right into the Capitol wheel, and you will also see that bridge there is the Frederick Douglass Bridge. And so as we zoom into the Gaylord Center and the Capitol wheel, which is so awesome, I'm going to try to get zoomed in on it tonight because it is just so fabulously beautiful. We see that Air Force One is there. And that's not something that you see a lot of, is Air Force One and replicas of the actual plane. It came in September after I was there. And the only other time that I've seen a replica of Air Force One was out in California at the Ronald Reagan Library. And it is just an awesome, awesome thing to go see. So the exhibit is still going on, but you might need to get there pretty soon. It's at the 165 Waterfront Street, and so it'll stay through the holiday season, but probably will leave pretty quick. So if you want to go see a replica of Air Force One, this is an awesome time to do that. Now, as you can also tell, we've got all kinds of birds flying around, and this is where you'll see bald eagles, heron, juveniles, all kinds of birds flying around. I think I saw maybe Liberty or Justice flying around down there in the tree line as I was talking about Air Force One. That's where they go. That's the path that they take to go down to the river and where they fish. When I happened to be there, I didn't see any bald eagles down towards that area, but it doesn't mean that isn't a place that they go, as we see them quite a few times. Now, this tree right here is right next to the nest, and occasionally they'll nest there if they feel like the nest is being, if we have a lot of intruders. Sometimes they'll nest right there. Like I said, they nest all over, or not nest. I'm using the wrong word. I apologize. They perch or sleep all over this area. So at any given time, we can see them off to the left on that tree limb. We can see them off to the right. We can see them straight ahead. They own this area where their nest is and pretty much defend it all the time. And so we've also seen them go all the way up to the top of this is also one of the trees that in front of the nest that they like to perch. And then occasionally they'll go all the way up to the top of the nest tree and perch up there. When we say the knot hole, this is what we're referring to, that little knot in this limb. They like to perch behind the knot hole. And so we'll zoom into that area sometimes, especially at night. And then we've seen Justice take his fish or his little dinner and eat right down in this area as well. So this area, believe it or not, in the summertime, is completely covered with grass and vines and all kinds of different vegetation, and the trees are in bloom, and it is so green. And me coming from southeast New Mexico, where it's mostly desert, is just amazing. And so to see it go from kind of this lifeless, where we see very little vegetation in the wintertime, to just this blooming forestry area is so amazing to me. So I wanted to do this quick little video because of Air Force One being at the Capitol Wheel at the Gaylord Center in the, I want to say, upper DC area, kind of towards the Maryland area. I may be wrong. If I am, please correct me in the comments. But just to see Air Force One anywhere, even if it is a replica, is just an awesome sight. And you can see there's a bird flying around. It looks like an eagle. There'll be one coming in here pretty quick. You'll see the white feathers. And oh, there's one. And that could be a bald eagle. That could be a heron. That could be almost any type of bird flying around. I'm obviously going to say it's a bald eagle. I can't tell you. I obviously can't tell you if it's Liberty or Justice flying around there. You can take your choice there. But it is just amazing. This is right at dawn, to be able to look around the area and see everything, and still see some great landmarks around the nest, and we get a really small view of the nest right here, but this right here is just a half of the size. There's still more of the nest underneath the camera that we're not showing if we went further down. So this nest is huge. Like I've said before, it's got to be at least 6 to 9 feet tall. It is just amazing how they keep adding sticks and keep adding things to this nest, and it's this wonderful tree keeps it all. That heavy load just keeps it up, and they may lose a stick or two, but it is so sturdy. They've done a fabulous job. This nest could probably last 35 years. It is just incredible. So this is my short video. Again, my major purpose of this video is seeing the Air Force One replica. That was just a nice little surprise. Thank you, moderators, for being able to tour this great place of liberty and justice. I love it. And thank you for getting up and doing the coffee with eagles every morning, because you guys are awesome. If you don't know about Coffee and the Eagles, please join us every morning. Mods start coming in around 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and we just talk about eagles and talk about liberty and justice, and it we are online all the time. I usually do the nights just because of the time. For me, I am 2 hours behind, so doing the Coffee and Eagles is really early for me, and so I sometimes pop in if I'm awake, but most of the time I do the nighttime or the later in the day segments of moderation. So, thank you for watching as always. Enjoy. Happy New Year, and I hope 2019 is good to you.